Hello everyone, are you ready for another adventure? It's me, Wokey, and I'm here with my brother, Nux.
Hello.
And I'm back here in the arena itself of Magic the Gathering, and I'm here with my brother because I'm going to try and teach my brother some magic. And, yeah, because of the new Final Fantasy set, we got a bunch of new people that are ready to play the game, and that includes my brother. I even have the Stola Commander deck for him, but he actually has zero way to play, is that correct?
Yes.
Just zero ways of understanding how to play the basic game. So I figured the best way to actually learn to play Magic is to just do drafting, because if you just go in and start playing standard, it's going to be a little bit harder. Actually, jump in would actually be pretty good, just because there's a lot of new people playing this one. But as you can see here, I don't actually have the gold required for it just yet.
Damn.
I could do it. I was doing it. I have been doing it a lot just because it helps get a bunch of the stuff here, and it's a pretty low power format. But no, what we're actually going to do is going to go drafting because I have a draft token here. So we're going to use this one to go into one of the premium or traditional drafts. I think it's going to be likely premium because this one counts towards my ranking, which is, you can see here, because you have to pay for premium. I haven't actually done it yet. So this is the way it's going to go. So we're going to select a card one at a time, rotating from draft picks. The cards will be added to my collection after it's done. There's also a basic lamp. You have to build a 40-card deck. Oh, wait, there is one thing I have. No, we're fine. There's one thing I should get rid of, which I didn't realize. Give me a sec. Alright, we're back. Sorry, I had to take a quick break for something. So yeah, the way kind of drafts work is that there's going to be 3 packs, and we're going to be in a table with 7 other players. This is going to be the real one. There's 2 versions of this on Arena. This one is closer to the real version because these are real people that we're going to be competing with. In the other version, it's bots, so you can make really crazy decks. But in here, we're actually going to be fighting people for whatever limited things we have. There's also a bunch of like different ways we can kind of go into it, which you can see here. If you decide to go white and blue, it's artifacts. If you decide to go blue and black, it's control scheme. If you decide to go black and red, it's black mage aggro. If you decide to go red and green, it's landfall aggro. And if you decide to go green and white, it's go wild call. White and black is artifact and creature sacrifice. Not white. Blue and red is big non-creatures, and then black and green is graveyard.
It's usually what these cards are.
Yeah, they're kind of
towards.
they're telling you this is kind of the direction you can go in, but obviously it all kind of depends on what you can kind of try and do. So we're gonna go in here and go here. We also are likely gonna have to wait for real people and see how it goes. So yeah, the best way to kind of look at it is that we're gonna be trying to get a bomb, which is what our end game is going to be. All right, there we go. Which is what our end game is going to be. We also have limited time to look at things as well. So
like a real draft.
yes, like a real draft. As close to a real draft. We're going to see a little timer at the bottom here. So we got about a minute. Let's see. We have the Earth Crystal, Restoration Magic, Ilmeg Pixie, Unexpected Request, Ride the Shoopoof, Summon Chocomog, You're Not Alone, Rook Turret, Fight On, Call of the Mountain Chocobos, Gigantode, Instant Ramen, World Map, and the land that comes with it. So
We're definitely taking the Earth Crystal.
we can take. I'm gonna let you go for this one. So I'm gonna say it. I think it's usually a good idea to pick the rare, but yeah, we'll go with this one for start. It also helps that I don't have Earth Crystal yet, so that means we have a green to start. Oh, they passed up Bartz and Boko? That's crazy. So yours is you've already said you want Bartz and Boko, right?
Yeah, we're doing greens, I think.
We're doing greens. This is crazy. Whatever this person must have had to pass up Bartz and Boko. So we're gonna keep a good eye and see if we can find more birds, because that gives us a direction now.
Yeah.
Bartz and Boko is kind of crazy because obviously it synergizes really well with the Chocobos. Mm-hmm. Whatever that person must have had, they must have had like a crazy mythic or something else in there.
Like Sephiroth?
Maybe they should have had another rare in there for them to pass up Bartz and Boko, because as you can see here, for someone, when you do this, it means the person passed this up, which means there was probably something else in the pack that was crazy. And because we're also with other 8 players, we're going to be kind of waiting and also kind of fighting for everything. See, now this one, they passed it up because From Father to Son is terrible, because it looks for a vehicle, but like,
Can you guaranteed yourself a vehicle?
yeah, it's like, no, not really. There's not many very good vehicles. It's very hard to go vehicle in limited. So we can kind of keep going on the green theme, which we got Balam T Rexor and Gigantode. Which this one, when we control 7 or more lands, it becomes a 6/6, and this is a 6/6 for 6 mana that has Trample. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life, and it has Forest Cycle, so we can discard it for another Forest.
That might be good.
Alright, we'll go with this one.
A little Bamlo Team Rexstar.
I think it's a pretty good choice here.
Summon Fat Chocobo.
Yeah. So we have Hope Estinian, Ambrosia Whiteheart, we have Baron Rivalry, Tonberry, Fate of the Suncrist, Scorpion Sentinel, Undercity Dire-Rat, Vincent Limit Break, Summon GF Ifrit, Summon Fat Chocobo, and another land. So we have 2 Chocobos here, the Ambrosia Whiteheart, and we have Summon Fat Chocobo, which is a summon that gives us a Chocobo, and then also gives up Trample, because it's a Saga creature.
Should we go with this or Ambrosia? What do you think is the better one?
I think we should probably go with Fat Chocobo on this one, just because we're pretty hard on green right now.
Yeah.
And Fat Chocobo is a 4/4. It can give us a lot of other things. We got very limited time here, but here we go. We'll look now. We have Oron's Inspiration, Albeit Salvagers, Zidane, You're Not Alone, Shinra Reinforcements, Blazing Bomb, the Gigantode, and then 2 random artifacts. A world map which can look for one, a Lunatic Pandora, and this tap land. So now we can either decide, now that we know Ambrosia, we could try and go for another color, which would be white. And we could start maybe looking for this. We could keep going in green and get Gigantode.
We can go white and green.
All right.
I feel like that's a good pivot.
Sure. So if in that case, I would probably suggest You're Not Alone.
Yeah.
For this one, just because we have 7 seconds. All right. Next, we have Side Quest: Catch a Fish, Opera Love Song, Tifa's Limit Break, Scorpion Sentinel, Ahurem, Hectus, Mahis Magic, and an Airship Crash. I will say we don't have any form of destruction right now, and this is a form of destruction at the moment.
No, we'll get it.
Yeah, because this can destroy a target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Not the greatest, but considering we don't really have that outside of Bartz and Boko, and we need a little bit more birds, could be good. Another thing I'll say just before we switch off, another thing to take note of, that other card, the Ambrosia, the other Chocobo, it might be that it could get passed up to us and we have another chance of getting it. Triple Triad, the Prime Vista, Golif's Final Act, Ultimacia, Ahrion,
Iron Man,
Quetrub Warrior, and Iron Giants, which is a 7 cost 6/6 with a bunch of things. Gal's Final Act, until end of turn, target gets +1 against this creature dies, put a number +1/+1 counter equal to its power to one target creature. So I think we could probably go either Iron Giant or Gallup's Final Act on this one.
Iron Giant. So we just have an actual option for the lights.
Sure. This can be used with anything, of course. Commune with Beavers and Blitzball Shot. I think we could probably stick with green on this one. Both of these are really good. This is a very good form of ramping. And this is a good way of pumping up your creatures and making them be able to kill something out of nowhere, yeah.
We can go with Blitzball Shot then.
Alright. If you want to go Blitzball Shot, we'll go Blitzball Shot. We got Restoration Magic. We're back to our first pack. You're Not Alone, Rook Turret, Fight On, Instant Ramen, and this Forest. If you want to kind of keep going down the road of going green and white, it might be good to get this land early on.
Let's get Winters then.
Yeah, there's no chance for it to come back to us, so it just might be nice to have.
Coriel, World Map.
Coriel, the Balam, T-Rex, and the World Map.
We can get ourselves a second T-Rex star.
We could
get a Coriel as well.
Yeah, this was a good way to stop people from getting to stall them out a little bit if we choose to go that way.
Okay.
All right, we'll go here. But the T-Rex would have also been a nice pick for sure.
From Father to Son, no, they took
Restoration Magic, Warrior Sword.
Restoration Magic.
I think that this will probably work out pretty well for what we're currently got going. Now we have very little time and there's very little good things left. This would be removal, so we're just going to take it because it's in our colors and there's not much. Gigantode or the land, I think we could probably go with.
Gigantode.
Yeah. Because he's a big boy, big body, and this auto selects it, so we have to pick it no matter what. And now we go to the new picks. We have the Wandering Minstrel, Summon Shiva, Judge Magistar, Ignis Cynthia, Eden, Paladin Arms, Slash of Light, Dreams, Veins, Treachery, the item Shopkeep, Commune with Beavers, the Warrior Sword, and a pot.
Commune. Well, the Wandering Minstrel, what does he do?
He can let us play lands into play untapped. This would have been better if we got him early, but I think it's probably better to not look
bother?
at him,
Okay.
not bother at the moment. Though, yeah, probably Commune with Beavers would
Commune
probably
with Beavers, then.
would be probably the one I'd pick just from this one. If we had already been going into blue a little bit more, then maybe we could have gone this way. But
Okay.
we'll go with Commune with Beavers.
Ooh.
Ooh. Kafka as Perforo, the God of the Forge. Oh, this would be insane if we were in red. Thief's Knife, Random Encounter, Reach the Horizon, Judge, Corel.
Yeah, but these are also
Weapon
things
Vendor.
you can keep, so if you want Kefka, take Kefka.
That's true, but I can't use Kefka at the moment.
Yeah.
Red Mages, Rapier, Town Greeter. So again, looking at the green stuff, Town Greeter and Reach the Horizons, both of them look for a land, but this one creates a creature and can also gain some life. This one gets 2 lands, but it costs 4.
Let's get Town Greeter then.
We'll get Town Greeter because that is a creature, sure.
If it comes back on the way back, we'll get it.
Yeah.
Oh, Sid.
We got Zeldinch, we got Ultros, the Obnoxious, Dark Knight Greatsword, Sid, Fate of the Suncrest, Stuck in the Summoner's Sanctum, Fight On, Shinra, Light of Judgment. Oh, Gyasho Greens is really good.
Ooh. Yeah.
That will help us with getting more Chocobos
More
for
birds.
sure. Holy shit!
That's
Someone,
Cloud.
What is people going on here that they're passing up Cloud?
Do we take Cloud here? We are in whites.
Yeah, I think we take Cloud on this one. If we ever find an equipment, the only shame here is that we don't have an equipment, but maybe that could let us get an equipment for later if we decide to go a little bit more equipment focused.
Yeah.
But we'll get Cloud. Cloud is pretty crazy. Plus, I need him for my collection.
Garuda.
Summon Primal Garuda, Opera Love Song, Gallows Final Act, Dwarven Castle Guard, Fate of the Suncrest, Dream of Laguna, Quartra, Item Shopkeep, and the Iron Giant, and a
Grow Sala.
yeah, we see him right here.
What do you feel like here?
Hmm.
Summon Primal Guard.
I think this one would be good just because it's more removal that we could potentially use.
Okay.
It's definitely one. There's nothing.
Moogle,
Yeah, the Moogle, Freya Crescent,
Garden.
Ultimacia,
Gobu Gardener.
Santa, Hiss Magic here. Ooh, Good Goop Gardener would be good for what we're going for.
Okay.
I would say it was not. But before I saw them, I would say between it and the Moogle. But this is a very good form of ramp because it's also a creature. It's a 1/3. It can block potentially. It's pretty nice.
Summon Chocomog.
Summon Chocomog. That's a Chocobo. I think that's an easy pick up right here.
Another Summon Chocomob.
That's another Sokum Chocomob. Kane as well. We can go for Chocomog again. At this point, it's just because it's funny that here. See, and he came back to us.
The Wandering. Yeah.
Yeah, the Wandering
It's a shame we
Minister.
didn't get him earlier. It's okay.
Yeah, it's alright.
Slash
So,
of Light or Eden.
this would be good if we could get more equipment, but I don't think we're going to get that way. I think I'll just pick him up for my collection's sake. It's not for... I'll put him in the sideboard.
Okay.
We got the Judge, the Corel, Raid Mage.
Anything you want here?
No, I think we could just go...
Corel?
Yeah, we could just go for Corel as a potential maybe thing to get here. Instant Ramen is a flash, but I think for the most part it's probably better to get Fate of the Suncrest.
Okay.
Yeah, when it gets to this part of the stage where it's just like, hey, whatever's left over is what you really pick at the end of the day.
Some more draft packs soon.
Yeah. The other thing to kind of take note is that when you try and remember the other things in the pack, remember that those are what other people are going for too. And sometimes if a good card gets passed up, it means nobody's playing in those colors.
It seems kind of fun. You do this in shop?
Yeah, this is what I do on Fridays when I go
That's
to
a shame.
do the shop. Yeah, this is we'll get this one just for the hell of it.
It's an equipment, I guess.
Yeah, I really like this one because it's pretty easy. There's a lot of skill that goes into it. I'm not the greatest at it, but it is a lot of fun. I'll go Island here because this is the way you kind of do it. All right, now we have a new pack. We have Safer Almasi, Memories of Nibelhelm, Sleep Magic, Fang, Torgal, Lockhole, Poo Poo, Chocomog, Magic Dampener,
T-Roar.
the T-Rex, yes.
So, Torgal.
Whenever you cast your first human spell each turn, get a +1, and it also counts as a mana dork because it gives us mana. So we can go Torgal. I think Chocomog will likely come back our way. I don't think anyone else is going our way.
Yeah, we did get 2 Chocomogs in a row.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Torgal. This is for form of removal, but it's not Stroke of Midnight is not the greatest form of removal in the world.
Let's see what we got here.
We got Summon Brynhilder, Magitech Armor, Sleep Magic, Samurai's Katana, Reach the Horizon, Prisha's Wandering. I think Prisha's Wandering is likely the thing we should get from this one.
Okay.
Because it's another form of ramp, and it can also give us our stuff +1/+1. The bad thing... Ooh, Chocobo...
Lionheart.
Oh, there's actually... This is a kind of really good pack here. Lionheart is a form of removal, but I think if we wait long enough, we might be able to get it back at the end.
Okay.
Chocobo Kick kind of works with what we're going
Since it's kind of what
for.
we're going for, I think Chocobo Kick is our first lock-in.
Yeah.
And we gotta pray no one takes Lionheart.
Yeah, the Wide Aura Sight would also be very good as removal. That's also pretty crazy. Blitzball Shot, we're just going to have to wait and see. But that's an insane pack, to be honest, with a lot of the things we're kind of going for. We got Town Greeter, Magitech Armor, and this Hideaway Land. The only problem with this Hideaway Land is that we don't have enough legendaries to use it. So I think it's probably between Town Greeter, the Magitech Armor. There's another part of me that would probably take this one, but...
Dragon's Wyvern?
This would take it just to prevent someone else to get it, because this is pretty good.
Okay.
But we should be fine, honestly. We should probably try and focus on ourselves.
Yeah.
So we can take the Magitech Armor.
Yeah.
Go here.
I'm a big 14 guy.
Sure.
Commune with Beavers.
We got Commune with Beavers.
Paladin's Armor.
Paladin's Armor is something that we can get from Light, if we want to kind of enjoy it that way.
Yeah.
All right.
Just so we can help Cloud out a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit of helping.
Ooh.
We have Ashy, Gallus Final Stand, Grand Pulso. Those are kind of the ones I'm looking at right here.
Mad.
This one's pretty good because it's a 1/1 Death Toucher, so it can kind of stay on the field for a while.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, so it's able to kind of trade with big monsters, because there's a lot of big ones, especially with Chocobo
Shenra,
stuff.
Bard's Bow.
We have Bard's Bow, Shenra,
Adventurer's Airship.
Dwarven. We can go here because this is another thing that Cloud can search.
Yeah.
If we plan to use Cloud. And this will have a...
Yeah.
It has reach and it's Bard. Okay. There's a Wandering Minstrel again.
Bard's Bow.
Man, Phantom Train even made it this way? That's kind of crazy.
What's Poo-Poo UFO do?
It's a 0/4. It has flying. I can put a land card from my hand into the battlefield, and then its base power is equal to the number of towns we control. We don't have enough to really use it.
Okay.
I'm going to pick this one just because it's another rare I could potentially use for later own build. There he is! Chocomog came back to us.
Let's see what else came back to us. Aerith's Rescue Mission.
We do have Eris Rescue. This is create 3 1/1 tokens, or it can sap up to some stuff, so potential blowout potential. We can go. This one will go pretty nice with Chocomog too, because Chocomog can make it a 2/2. Gallicat would be pretty nice to have actually, and that's in our colors as well.
And then Instant Ramen.
I guess we'll go for ramen because it has flavor, and now everyone's going crazy going here. Then we have Cargo Ship and a Swamp. I'll go here. And sure, I'll confirm that.
Oh.
What's going on here?
We already got through all the cards, I think.
Okay. Yes. So now comes the part where we build the deck. So obviously we're going to get rid of Gungaga because we don't have any use for it. We can keep this. And we'll look and see what our current kind of go around is. We have 17 creatures and about 16 non-creatures. So we need to get that down a bit. So let's see what we got here. And our curve, which we can see here. Our ability to play at mana stuff. We have 4 1-drops, 10 2-drops, 2 6-drops, 2 5s, 5 4s, 3 8s, 3-drops, and 10 2-drops. So we have to probably look at the 2-drops a little bit to kind of go down here. So we're potentially keeping We're Not Alone. Restoration Magic would be pretty nice to have. Let's see here. Iron Giant as like our big bomb and Balam, that kind of works. Fat Chocomog as our 5-drop also works. This is receptively a 4, but it's actually lower. Fate of the Suncrest, I think we can take down at least one of them. We'll go for 2 for now, but we'll see how we feel afterwards when we look at all our things. The Earth Crystal we have a lot, so it costs 1 less to get +1 would put on a creature you control, put twice as many +1/+1 counters, and then you can pay 6 to distribute 2. So unfortunately we didn't get any cards, I think, that give +1/+1 counters, now that I think about it.
No.
Let me see, just to make sure. No, Aerith. No, it does. We had Prisha's Wandering, which is the only one I think we have that does it. Airship Crash, Summon Jogomog, Paladin Arms, the Galacat, Town Greeter, Instant Ramen. Yeah, that kind of is the only one we got currently going for us. So, okay, so I think we can take down the 2 corals for now. You're not alone. Restoration Magic is deceptively 1 cost, but it actually costs more because you can pay for the tiered cost of everything.
Yeah.
So it gains hexproofing and get indestructible until the end of the turn. It can do all this, it can do all that, so we'll keep that for going. So you go down 6 cards. So a lot of it is our 2 costs. So let me see. We probably have to do yeah, we have to get rid of some of our non-creatures here. So Gasha Greens is basically a creature. This is basically a creature. We'll start with getting rid of this one. Maybe we can go down a single Chocomog. Airplane Crash is pretty good. As far as our destruction goes, we have Eric's Rescue Mission. Magitech. It does. The nice thing about these is that they do summon a little hero token, so you can actually make use of it. So that's kind of nice. But I'm not sure if we're going to be needing it for the most part, because if we want to summon this, we'd probably want to do this one because it destroys a tapped creature.
Yeah.
So I think we can probably take down this one, at least for the time being. We kind of go here. Blitzball can still work. Goobity Gardener can also still work. Torgal. The thing is that we do have humans, and actually this is a good way to get +1/+1 counters now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
So we can actually make use of it. I didn't realize it when I was putting it together, but that actually kind of works. Galcat, Airship. Okay, let's see how many equipments we actually legitimately have, because maybe it's the answer is just get rid of Cloud and the. Let's see how after we get rid of. So we'll get rid of Bard's Bow for now. We'll get rid of Paladin, get rid of Cloud, and that would basically make our deck. And then our deck would kind of look like this with 13 creatures, 10 non-creatures, but a lot of our non-creatures make creatures, I think. I mean, this is a good way to start. I guess we'll start with this one and see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll now all have our first game. I think the way these go is that it's best 2 out of 3, which is similar to... No, it might just be 1 and dones. All right, we'll see. We're going to go in here for our first one and kind of see where it goes. Is it 3? No, that's how many losses we can have. You can see here, we can win all 7 games and we'll get the maximum awards, but
we lose 3.
We're done, basically.
Okay.
So we'll start with this one. We won't do all of them and a go win right now, but at least for now, to get you an idea of it, we'll go here.
Ready.
So then we'll go ready. We're going to go against Doodoo 1002. We're also thankfully in bronze. So this is our starting hand. We can choose to mulligan, but I think we have a pretty good mana curve, and we have some potential stuff to go into things higher.
Okay.
This can also come in stronger. Yeah, I think that I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna keep 7. You can also see the forest plains and stuff like that we kind of go in. It is a chocobo. They got chocobo. We got dog. So they're playing island. So they picked the blue deck.
Water.
Yeah, that means they potentially have counters and stuff like that. So I'm going to start with just the forest, and it'll be their turn. They have something that they can play, which means that they have an instant of some kind, because we can't do shit on our turn.
Endwalker.
Yeah, so they have Brainstorm. This is good and bad, because there's no way for them to shuffle the deck. So they know what their next 2 draws are, but potentially if they're bad draws, because they're putting them back to the top of the deck, we should be fine. I didn't even realize that these sleeves did that.
Our sleeves don't do that.
No, unfortunately. Your Shola should be...
Shola doesn't like come out of the card and say thumbs up.
It should be doing that. Y'shtola should be doing that for us. Alright, let's see what they got. We're gonna play a Plains.
He probably is running like a Y'shtola deck because he has Endwalker. That's what I think anyway.
That would be pretty funny. Alright, now we can get our Plains, and then we can play Torgal.
Torgal!
It's pretty nice. So, assuming Torgal lives, we can then play Town Greeter. And then we can start getting into some pretty funny stuff here. I think we'll probably play Town Greeter first, to see what kind of land we want to play. Maybe we'll potentially get our only World map? Okay, interesting, interesting. If I remember right, then this attacks untap it, so they basically they can just attack us for free. If I was them, I would have attacked, but they chose not to, so that's fine. So we're gonna play Town Greeter.
Okay.
Assuming I read Torgal's effect right, that should give him a +1. So we'll mill 4. Alright, not the greatest in the world, but we make do with what we got. I think we can play the card that they know for sure. Because I guess this kind of does give us options to use Restoration Magic if we need to use it.
No attacks or all attacks?
No attack, just because we want to keep this up. So if we attack, it'll be tapped. And you see the tap effect is add 1 mana. Because we have Restoration Magic, we want to keep them alive while we can.
Okay. Sid.
Ooh, they have Sid. That's potentially very bad for us. Now they're going to attack. No, they're not going to attack. That's crazy.
Turn.
Okay.
Iron Giant.
That's not bad. So I think what we should do here is we're going to summon Chocomog, just not yet. We want to attack with the cat first, and I want to keep Restoration Magic up as much as I can here so that we can potentially block something of theirs and have it live. Sid's going to be a big issue. I'm not going to lie.
That's what the Gallicat sounds like?
Yeah. I get for some of these Final Fantasy effects they did give a special note for, but from other stuff. Zenith, oh, that's bad.
They are running a Final Fantasy 14 deck.
This is very bad.
Xenos Yea Galavis.
You're gonna see why it's gonna be very bad, but this is also gonna kill
Our Gallicat.
other than Zalus and the Chosen Creature. We'll see which one they pick. Yeah, that was pretty bad. But it's okay. So now it means that basically if our cat dies, we're gonna run into some issues, but it shouldn't be too bad. It's more of a danger in Commander than anything else. Summon the Chocomon!
Choco.
Okay, so they did also destroy their own creature to do this, but they shouldn't have a way to block this now.
Ouch.
So we have to keep this cat alive, otherwise this Xenos turns into an 8/8 flyer. And we'll be kind of hosed.
Cargo ship.
Okay. So this one, ships have a crew cost, so they have to crew 1, meaning they have to tap one of their guys if they want to use their ship.
Xenos.
Yeah, they can do that with Xenos if they want. But they're going to equip instead. I mean, if they attack, we can probably just...
They're not attacking.
They are. I think that they're thinking about it currently. The thing is if they attack, we can just double block and that will kill it. This is also good to keep in mind for sure.
Summon Primal Garuda.
Oh, that would be very good. But also we can't currently attack, so that's kind of an issue. Because we need them to be tapped. But if we attack them and they tap themselves, we could potentially do something. Unfortunately, once it turns into an 8/8, we're gonna be a little bit hosed, I'm not gonna lie. So we can't currently attack because they can
Cargo.
Yeah, because they can crew up and then they can block us and then it doesn't do anything. And once this thing comes into play, this will get +1 for each artifact and artificer, so we're kind of like can't do anything at the moment.
Yeah.
Because this is artifact creatures and heroes we control, so we're kind of just stuck here for a bit. We're in, but it's okay because next turn our big 7/7 comes out. Our big 6/6 comes out who has vigilance, reach, trample. Yeah, so he'll be strong enough to potentially take them out. And for right now, we just kind of hold.
What was that?
We just kind of hold for now.
No, I was looking at the card they placed down.
Oh, it's just the Insomnia Crown City. See, we're currently just at an impasse at the moment.
Because whoever attacks is like, okay, we're going after you.
Yeah, this is a very slow format. It's gonna attack for the 4. That's fine because that lets us summon Primal Garuda then. Yeah, we'll take the 4. It's okay. My turn. Ooh, okay. This completely changes everything. Because now we play Summon Garuda.
Right.
This changes everything. If they don't have something, then they're screwed. Yep. Deals 4 damage to that. Next, we're going to Chocobo Kick. This will deal twice its damage to Xenos, and then we will return a land.
Your thoughts?
Your thoughts. He has to do something to save it. He has to crew it right now. If he doesn't, it dies. He dies. We already played a land for turn. Boom. We're getting in there. We're getting in there. Now we're in here. Now we're in the real shit.
Available for next turn.
We've got it. Now, we don't know what he has currently planned, but they're crying. They're weeping. They know it's over.
Know.
It's over. It's never been more over. It's over. A creature I could fly into undeterred. The chocobo flies. It dies. We attack. They have exactly 7. We play the giant iron giant. We messed up. It's okay. It's all right. Because next turn, if they can't stop this, they die.
Yes.
Oh. No, it doesn't matter. Because they can't use its effect. Because not yet. Because its effect requires them to pay 8, basically. If they had paid 8, we would be in trouble right now.
They melt.
Yeah. We're currently fine. Unfortunately, Garuda's also going to disappear for us.
Just like Choco Mug?
Yeah. But it's okay for the most part. They can't pay it. So this goes away. Yeah, but unfortunately we don't have a single... we don't have a single... what's the word I'm looking for? A bird at the moment, so it doesn't deal any damage at the moment.
Yeah.
So we are going to... They're going to give up.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. We win our first game. Even though I messed up at the end by giving it to the wrong thing, it did not matter.
The Chocomog blew up.
Boom! And there you go. That's how you have it. That was literally all we had to do. We vote for it. A staring
Cloud
contest.
Strife, Marsaboko didn't matter.
Didn't matter. Now, it would be nice. We can look at the deck one last time if we see here. Bartz and Boko felt pretty nice. We did some pretty good stuff there. I feel like maybe we could put in another Bartz and Boko. Not another Bartz and Boko. We could put another one. But honestly, that went really well. So I think we're good here.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, that's the basic flow of it. We'll get into some more of it, but I just wanted to show you as a test case right now to see how far we can go with the current deck that we drafted. How are you feeling about it so far now that you've seen the kind of flow of it?
I was like, it's kind of like the mana stuff in Hearthstone, I guess. Mm-hmm. Except that it's more separated into lands.
Yeah, the big difference is obviously Hearthstone. It adds every turn, right? Mm-hmm. Where it depends on if we have it in our hand. We have to draw our mana.
Yeah.
To do stuff like that, to be able to pay for our things. And then you also saw there, chances are what they got when they were drawing their cards, they probably kept drawing lands. It wasn't what they were looking for at the end when they were going for it. Mm-hmm. And we were able to get our things in and kind of go from there. So yeah, good start for it. A good introduction for it. I'm surprised that we were... I'm not too surprised because we are in bronze.
Yeah.
I'm not the greatest player in the world, but I'm at least good enough to potentially beat some bronze players. But considering our deck was kind of built with the idea of like, here, let me show you some stuff. Let's see if we can make this work. I think we're doing so far so good. I don't know if we'll be able to get all the 7 wins, but if we do, it'd be pretty sweet. Once we get to 1 win, we already have 100 gems in 1 pack. 250 gems in the next one.
2 packs.
1,000 gems in 3 wins. I think the big jump here is that you want to at least get 3 wins because you get 1,000 gem in 2 packs. Then 1,400 gems in 3 packs. Yeah. 16,000 gems in 4 packs. 1,800. And by the time you get to level 6, you're basically able to pay for it again with 2,200. If I remember right. I don't remember the actual prices of Premium Draft. But if I look here and look at Quick Draft, you can see here how it kind of works. Where you need 750. And I think around...
This is bots, right?
6 1. This is the one where you do it, but you draft against AI.
I'll try that.
And maybe. They pick this one. Yeah, I think you should start your own account and maybe look into doing some of this stuff. Again, you do have to pay 5,000 gold, but as long as you save your gold, you should be good there. And another good kind of mode to go for is Jumpstart. Because in this one, when you do Jumpstart, you pay the 1,000. You get to select between 2 different styles of decks. And then they make the deck for you, and then you fight people.
Okay.
With those decks. So you're basically limited to whatever cards are only in Final Fantasy as a start.
Okay.
If you try and go into Standard, you're probably going to run into a lot of people playing... We have a ban list coming hopefully soon on the 30th that will maybe make the current Standard a safer place for new people to join in, but it's currently hell right now with all the mono red aggro going on. Is it prowess with Vivi? Corey, well, it's not Vivi's not the issue. It's Corey Steelcutter. We have Omniscience in standard, which really sucks if you ever run into that card, because it basically, I can show it to you here just as a, hey, watch out for this fucking thing, because you'll know, because they won't do anything until they play it. That should be good enough. It was in Foundations, but there it is. Omniscience. It says you may cast spells from your hand without paying their mana cost.
Damn.
It costs 7 colorless and 3 islands, but then they don't play it for that. They play Abuelo's Awakening, which just says return target or return target artifact or non-aura enchantment card from your graveyard with X +1/+1 counters.
Oh.
They just pay like 4 or 5.
So they cheated out.
They cheated out, and then at that point they have a 1/1 that says play whatever you want in your hand, and then they just play their hand for free, and then you just kind of lose because there's no way for you to stop them from when your opponent can basically play whatever the fuck they want for free.
Yeah.
They would have to like hard brick basically.
All right.
That's it for today's video, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for my brother for going here, and we'll be back later to continue on in our draft. So our draft journey. Say goodbye, boy.
Goodbye.
Peace out. Bye.